63 new COVID-19 cases have been reported in Karnataka. This is the evening health bulletin which has been released, which shows the highest number of cases being reported in Karnataka. The single day highest spike Karnataka has ever witnessed. 63 cases being reported in Karnataka as of today. The total number of cases, COVID-19 cases, rises to 925, very close to the 1,000 mark, and Karnataka has been seeing a huge spike on a daily basis. The death toll stands at 31. That is a good sign because the fatality rate is quite less. While 433 people have been discharged, over 480 other cases are active cases in Karnataka. Well, 19 cases have been reported from Bagalkot. 12 new COVID-19 cases have been reported from Davangere. 9 new COVID-19 cases have been reported from Dharwad. 5 new COVID-19 cases have been reported from Kolar and Hassan. Each 4 new COVID-19 cases have been reported from Bengaluru urban as well. 3 new COVID-19 cases have been reported from Gadag. 2 new cases from Yadgir, Bidar and Dakshin Kannada each. Well, for more on this, I'm joined in by my colleague Prajwal Prasad, joining us live from the newsroom. Well, Prajwal, one important factor which we have to consider, yes, we are seeing a huge spike in the number of COVID-19 cases in Karnataka, in particular the highest ever single day rise. But at the same time, what we'll also have to consider is that there is interstate travel which is being allowed, inter-district travel being allowed. Migrants will be traveling from other states to Karnataka as well. So keeping all of this in mind, probably the number of cases might rise in the coming days, but we are also staring at a peak in the month of June and July.
Absolutely, Suraj, because when we are looking at the number of cases that is come in, and especially one more important thing is that now the green zones in Karnataka are being affected, because so far Karnataka had around 14 to 15 districts. That was before the 3rd of May. But right now we are looking at over 18 to 20 districts which has already been affected by COVID-19. So this is something which is definitely quite dangerous. And as you clearly pointed out, Kolar, which was in the green zone for a period of 44 days with no sort of interstate, with no sort of interstate or inter-district travel. But as soon as the lockdown was eased, we saw that 3 of these people had come in from Guntur, from Andhra Pradesh, and later, as soon as these people came in contact with the residents of Kolar, that is where all the problems started. And with that, we are seeing new cases that are being reported from Kolar as well. And just 2 days ago, we also saw Haveri, which was a green zone, reporting 3 cases from there too. So this is absolutely quite disturbing as well, and this will also raise questions as to why did the government take a decision to open the inter-district borders as well as the state borders too. And this will definitely cause a lot of harm for Karnataka. And at a time when we are also looking at to ease the lockdown rules as well as bounce back in terms of economy and go ahead with all of this in a phased manner, we are looking at the increase in the number of cases because just in a matter of 7 days, we have seen over 350 cases which has come to light from Karnataka. And this is something which is quite disturbing because we have already crossed the 900 mark over here. And apart from that, 30 deaths too, which is being reported. Because if you compare the overall, if you compare all the states in India and also look at the mortality rate, Karnataka has a mortality rate of 4.7%, which is definitely quite high owing to the number of cases as well. And this also proves the fact that Karnataka recently crossed the 1 lakh tests, which was, the number of tests which was being conducted. Karnataka breached the 1 lakh barrier when it came to the testing, and the number of testing is being increased because we have 35 labs in Karnataka now, with a capacity of each of them testing 6,000 to 7,000 samples on a day-to-day basis too. And therefore, as more number of tests are being done as of now, we're also seeing more number of positive cases coming out. But one thing assured, majority of the cases that has been been reported from Karnataka even today that we are looking at, and especially for the people of Bengaluru who are concerned, all these cases are coming in from the hotspots or the containment zones, and majority of them are either primary or secondary contacts over here. So Bengaluru doesn't need to worry in that terms. But then the green zone, but the green zone, we are seeing more cases coming up in the green zones, which are now orange zones, and some of them are even red zones too, is something which is definitely worrying. And one thing that the government of Karnataka should keep in mind is the fact that this virus is spreading dangerously in rural Karnataka as of now. And one of the important things that the union government had stated was that if the COVID-19 spreads to the rural parts of India, then it will be very difficult to contain, mainly owing to the fact that there is no infrastructure, the number of doctors are less, and the patients and the doctors ratio as well as the frontlines warriors ratio too will be varied over here. So this is something that should be kept in mind, because we are seeing a huge spike in the number of cases from Bagalkot, Davangere, Uttara Kannada, Dakshina Kannada as well, and parts of Mangaluru is witnessing a huge rise in these cases, and it is being attributed to one family, but we still do not know as to what is the primary contacts and the secondary contacts, because every time when we look at it, it still mentions that contact tracing is still underway. So as it is still underway, we still do not know the number of people who will be affected. And also, if you look at the super spreaders as well, in the initial stages, if you look at what happened from Mysuru, they immediately identified that patient 52 was, he was the super spreader there, and they were immediately able to make sure that the rate of recovery was quite high, because if you look at Mysore, you had 88 cases and 81 of them have recovered, with 7 of them being treated, and there is zero mortality rate over there. So this was something which was key, which the Mysore district administration carried out in the right manner. But when it comes to Davangere as well as Bagalkot, somewhere there has not been one single super spreader but several super spreaders too. So this is something which will have to be taken into account over here, and contact tracing is definitely the need of the hour as of now, Suraj.
Absolutely, Prajwal. Many thanks for joining us with all of those details. Well, clearly we have to think about green zones and orange zones at this point in time. Now let's take a look as to what are the details of the patients from Bengaluru. Patient number 888, 33-year-old female from Bengaluru Urban, is a contact of patient number 454 and has been quarantined at a designated hospital in Bengaluru. Patient number 889 is a 38-year-old female from Bengaluru Urban, is a contact of patient number 454 and has been admitted to a designated hospital in Bengaluru. Patient number 890 is a 38-year-old female from Bengaluru Urban, is a contact of patient number 454 and has been isolated and is being treated at a designated hospital. Patient 911, a 35-year-old male from Bengaluru Urban, the contact tracing is currently underway. The source of the virus is yet to be known.